Welcome to Breaking Wire. Please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for more updates. Imagine flying from Toronto to New York, a journey that many undertake daily for business, leisure, or to visit family and friends. Now picture clearing US customs before you even board your plane in Canada, a convenience that saves time and reduces stress. When you land, you simply walk off the aircraft like a domestic passenger, thanks to pre-clearance, a system that's made cross-border travel faster and easier for decades. This innovation has transformed the travel experience. For millions, it turns a stressful international trip into a smooth experience, symbolizing deep trust and cooperation between Canada and the US. It's more than just a convenience, it's a testament to the strong relationship between the two nations. Business travelers connect seamlessly, families start vacations sooner, and US airports avoid congestion by processing passengers before they arrive. This efficiency benefits everyone involved. Pre-clearance began in the 1950s and is now essential to North American travel, with US customs officers stationed on Canadian soil, a rare international partnership that has stood the test of time. This collaboration enhances security by identifying potential threats before planes enter US airspace, ensuring safer skies for all travelers. The potential end of this system raises big questions about the future of US-Canada travel and cooperation. What would the impact be on travelers and the economies of both countries? What would happen if this bridge between nations disappeared? The implications could be far-reaching, affecting not just travel, but the very fabric of US-Canada relations. The US is rethinking pre-clearance for one main reason: cost. As budgets tighten and priorities shift, every dollar spent is under the microscope, and pre-clearance is no exception. Hundreds of US federal employees are stationed in Canada, working daily to process travelers before they even set foot on American soil. But as fewer Canadians are choosing to travel south, the cost per passenger continues to climb, making the program less efficient. With travel numbers down, especially due to recent political tensions and changing travel habits, the US is questioning whether the program still delivers enough value to justify its high price tag. The US ambassador has issued a clear warning: if passenger numbers don't rebound soon, significant changes to the program are likely, and some services could even be cut. Staffing and maintaining infrastructure for over 600 officers at 8 Canadian airports is a major expense. The future of pre-clearance depends heavily on whether travel demand can justify these ongoing costs. The US government must carefully weigh the diplomatic and economic benefits of pre-clearance against the direct cost to American taxpayers. Considering both short-term savings and long-term relationships, pre-clearance is more than just a border tool. It's a driver for trade, tourism, and smoother travel, but it's also a significant annual expense that can't be ignored when budgets are under pressure. Even the strongest international partnerships come under scrutiny when financial realities set in. Every program, no matter how beneficial, must prove its worth. The fate of pre-clearance now hangs in the balance, depending on whether cross-border travel can recover to previous levels and make the investment worthwhile. Ultimately, the question remains: is the convenience and security of pre-clearance truly worth the rising cost, or is it time for the US to pull the plug? Ending pre-clearance would significantly disrupt travel between Canada and the US, creating a ripple effect across the travel industry. Passengers would face long lines and frustrating delays at crowded US customs halls, losing the convenience and efficiency they've come to expect and rely on. Airlines would be forced to completely overhaul their schedules, leading to potential chaos and confusion for travelers. Flights to smaller US airports without customs facilities could vanish entirely, cutting off access to these regions. Canadian airports would be left with empty, purpose-built spaces, resulting in wasted resources and financial losses. Meanwhile, US airports would struggle to manage a sudden surge in international arrivals, straining their infrastructure. The result would be less efficient, more expensive travel, and fewer options for millions of travelers, affecting their travel plans and budgets. The US tourism industry could face a significant financial hit, potentially losing billions as Canadians opt for other destinations. Critics argue that ending pre-clearance is economic self-sabotage, risking long-term growth for short-term savings, and could have far-reaching consequences. Beyond logistics, dismantling the program could severely damage the US-Canada relationship, breeding resentment and undermining decades of trust and cooperation. This isn't just about travel, it's about the future of a vital alliance, one that has been a cornerstone of North American relations for generations. The threat to pre-clearance has sparked outrage in Canada. Many Canadians blame US politics for the drop in travel, fueling an informal tourism boycott. Critics argue the US should ask why fewer Canadians are visiting, not threaten to end a mutually beneficial program. The debate has become a symbol of a shifting relationship, less cooperation, more calculation. Some defend the US review as fiscal responsibility, but most Canadians see it as a disappointing move. The backlash highlights growing tension and the risk of losing goodwill built over decades. Ending pre-clearance could cost more than it saves, both economically and diplomatically. The stakes are higher than ever for cross-border ties. Over 22 million travelers used pre-clearance in 2024, fueling business, tourism, and family connections. Canadians spend more than $20 billion annually in the US, supporting jobs and local economies. A decline in visitors, whether from boycotts or travel hassles, would hit the US economy hard. The cost of pre-clearance is significant, but the return in tourism and trade is far greater. Critics warn that cutting the program to save millions could cost billions in lost revenue. Pre-clearance also lets airlines run more routes and offer tighter connections, benefiting both carriers and passengers. Dismantling the system would mean higher fares, fewer flights, and more frustration for travelers. The economic risks of ending pre-clearance are real and immediate. A recent US government shutdown has made cross-border travel even tougher. Customs officers and air traffic controllers are working without pay, leading to staff shortages and longer lines. Many US attractions, national parks, museums, are closed or limited, ruining travel plans for Canadians. The shutdown's economic impact is severe, with billions lost as tourists cancel trips. For an industry already struggling, it's a devastating blow. The chaos makes it hard to tell if travel is down due to politics, the shutdown, or both. The result: a tangled mess of problems with no easy fix. If you're traveling from Canada to the US now, be prepared for delays and disruptions. Arrive early, check for updates, and have backup plans, especially if you want to visit federal sites. Flexibility and patience are essential as staff shortages and closures create unpredictable challenges. The pre-clearance debate adds long-term uncertainty, even if the system remains for now. Stay informed through official sources and news updates. These challenges reveal how much both countries rely on cooperation for smooth travel. When that partnership is threatened, ordinary people and businesses feel the impact. The future of cross-border travel depends on a shared commitment to keep the bridge open.